Limitless HBICs. How you doing this lovely morning, afternoon, or evening? How are you all? Today is Wednesday. Number one, I won't be going live tonight. Coaching calls. I have late coaching calls, so I won't be able to go live. I will go live tomorrow. Not sure what time yet. I will put a typical posting up so you guys will know. So I will make it up to you tomorrow. Very quick, if you need help figuring out what's going on between you and your manifestation, please feel free to email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. Just manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com. Yes, when you email me, you are entering a wait list. You just are. I am getting to you. Don't panic. Don't panic. I'm coming to you. I'm not ignoring you. Okay? I'm not ignoring. Don't ever think that. Okay. So, I have TikTok, I have Instagram, and all that good zhuzh. I do not do email coaching. I do not do DM coaching. I have you email me at manifestingwithkimberly@gmail.com because that is when I will give you my link to purchase coaching, but I only do video calls where we are both on video. So if anybody is telling you that they are me and are offering you anything other than one-to-one video calls, it's not me. Okay. So I also have a channel membership. You can join. We go live together every single Tuesday. There will be a new membership starting that is more for group/hot seat coaching. The other membership will be, manifestation topics. It's a zhuzhing. It's not where we discuss, current circumstances in anyone's particular life. We don't do, that's not what that membership is going to be for. Okay. So, this video is, of course, about estate, and also, tying in our revision challenge, our Christmas revision challenge, right? We are having a challenge until Christmas time. You have a choice. You may revise specific experiences, your choice, or doing daily revision, which is revising your day every single day before you fall asleep. You may script that daily revision, whatever. You can script it. You can visualize it. I suggest doing it before going to bed because you want to fall asleep in the wish fulfilled. And do I think that you always have to do that in order to manifest? No. And I know that there are some hardcores out there that think we must do our sats before bed. What I do know is that you have a tendency, if you do it right before you fall asleep, you do have a tendency to wake up in the wish fulfilled. That has been my experience, but I'm not a purist, meaning sometimes I just fall asleep too fast, and that's okay. So don't put that pressure on yourself. All right. But I won't deny that when I am able, and to be honest, I didn't really ever practice SATs. That was never my thing to manifest, and I manifested successfully without doing that. However, I will say over the last few months, as I've been working on revising my day before I fall asleep, I do wake up in that same state. So the wish fulfilled. So for what it's worth, okay? No worries if you fall asleep too fast, right? You still have an opportunity when you wake up to get yourself into the state or embody the state of the version of you who has your desires. And the reason why I'm saying that they're going to tie in together for this video is because there are some of us out there who struggle to let go of certain experiences. And that might be the little catalyst of what's, revising that experience could be what pushes you over the edge to get you into that new state so we get our manifestation. So I want you to understand that, I know you've probably heard a million trillion times that circumstances don't matter. Circumstances never matter. And it's because they don't. But some of us still have attached feelings to circumstances. And, maybe we're triggered by them, that we're upsetting. And, every time we get on our manifestation game, that circumstance pops up in our mind. So where revision comes in is revision is helping you break that attachment as well as changing the memory. So our 3D will catch up to that changed revision, right? Or experience, the revised experience. Your 3D will catch up which is the good thing. It's the bonus. It helps you to get to detach from the shitty thing that keeps popping up in your mind and, is holding you back from shifting your state so you can become the version of yourself, right? And that has the desire. And the reason why I'm bringing that up is because, to anybody new to manifesting, if this is your first manifestation video, there is never anything to change but yourself. And one huge mistake a lot of us make in our early days of manifesting is we're so hyper-focused on our current 3D circumstances that we want to change, right? Like a specific person. We want that person to change, or we want all that money to come in. So we are affirm for that change, but we are not changing. And that's why you're not having success. Or if you do have some success, it doesn't last. And I don't say that to scare you. I say, hey, just put the focus on you so it can stay, right? We change to get change, okay? And so that's why we're doing this revision challenge, because if there are old stories that you're still attached to, revising them breaks that damn attachment. It changes the memory itself. It changes for all parties involved, and it allows us to shift our state. Because if we hang on to old stories, we'll say, like with a specific person, when you're hanging on to those stories, that's keeping that other person, that specific person, trapped in a version of themselves that you no longer want. You don't want them. You don't want them to stick like that. You want them to become the new version, but they can't until you change, right? It's everything, absolutely everything has to do with you, not outside people, not outside circumstances, okay? Some of us, when we are starting to, get into the state or embody a new state, which, you're becoming this new version of yourself, and you can use any technique you want to get yourself there. But this video is like a reminder. Your job is to stay there as often as possible. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't got to be there all day long. But the more often you're there, you will notice you feel better. You do feel better. And you're less and less concerned about where your manifestation is, which is a place we want to be. Whenever I talk about states, I mentioned that, the minute you start paying attention to what state you're embodying, and you actively start that journey of embodying this new version of yourself, things will change. You will notice change, but the change usually starts with you first. You feel a change within. And it can be something as simple as you catch yourself imagining your specific person, and you have a, maybe just a reaction, a body reaction, like a feeling, like feeling good, feeling like, yeah, that is my person. I do have this. I don't have anything to worry about. You have a physical reaction. That's a good thing. That's an indicator that you're embodying. So you hear me bring up your body and feelings a lot. That doesn't mean that if you feel bad, that you're in a bad state. It doesn't always mean that. It's just using your body as your thermometer so you can tell where you're at. When you feel like shit, usually you're having shitty thoughts, and your thoughts are always attached to what state you're embodying. So you use your body, right? Because your body is just one giant, feeler. Feeler, right? We have all these senses, right? We have all these feelings and emotions within. So use it as your gauge as to where you're at. Use that. So, not everyone will feel the same when they get into a new state, and that's okay. Don't panic, but just, kind of pay attention to how your body's changing a little bit, how the sensations in the body are feeling as you are imagining yourself being the version of yourself that has what you desire. You will notice a change within. And when you start feeling that way is when things begin to shift in that 3D. And it can happen very quickly. So any of you out there who, because I've seen it in comments, well, I've shifted my state. I've been in the state and I didn't see anything. Did you feel anything within? Did you feel a change within? Do you feel any different? Do you feel any different in the way you're thinking about your circumstances, the way you're seeing the world? Has any of that changed? And if the answer is no, okay, then you probably weren't in the state. You probably weren't. Embodiment really means that. embodying it. Use your body to tell you if you're there. Or what are your thoughts saying? Pay attention to that as you're trying to step into that new state. Okay? Because your body is guiding you. It is. Your thoughts guide you. If your thoughts are not favorable to what you want to experience, you're not in the state you want to be in. You're not identifying yourself as being the person that has the desire. You're identifying as not having it, right? We don't want to be in that state anymore. We want that to go, right? We get very tied and attached to our 3D, and some of us forget that there's us, this physical body in our 3D, and then there's the real us, the real you and me. And the real you and me is our inner self, our inner man. Our inner man is who the fuck we care about, right? That's where our attention should be, is what inner self, inner man is thinking, feeling. We care about that because whatever's going on within our inner self is what will eventually be in the outer. Does that make sense? I hope it does, right? So when we are attached, upset, constantly paying attention to our 3D, our outer world, what our outer self is experiencing, and you're letting it control you and control how you feel.
I didn't catch that. Could you try again?
Could you fuck off, Siri?
Sorry.
Thanks. If you're paying more attention to that and you're letting what's going on out here consistently control you, you are being double-minded. And Neville talks about double-mindedness, right? It's normal to have our human days where we have our human emotions, and that doesn't make you a failure at manifesting. It doesn't mean you're doing something wrong. But if you find yourself daily upset and triggered, daily focusing out here, it's not changing, nothing's working. That's you being attached to your 3D. And that's you putting your faith, your belief, and your trust in your 3D. And that's the last place we want to put it. We want to put it within our 4D and what we're creating. And think about it. We're not even creating because creation's already finished. Everything already exists. You're just deciding to put your awareness on it so it can be put out here. Okay? So I just wanted this to be a little reminder video of why, revision can help shift your state when you're stuck in old news, when you're stuck in old experiences, or you have something that you've been hoping you could just avoid. And what I mean by that is, me on this channel, if we don't want to go all the way back to childhood, or you're just not ready to, that's okay. That's okay. There's a workaround, right? We can start looking at, we'll use a specific person. Say you have an expectation that, all men are terrible. They're all going to cheat on you, blah, blah, blah. And somewhere that pattern really started with, maybe how your dad treated your mom, but maybe those memories are just too painful to address right now. That's okay. Then let's just start with your first relationship. The first relationship where you saw the bad treatment starting, the cheating, things like that. Start there. Let's revise there first to get the ball rolling. And when you're ready to take a look at the past, you can do that. Or if you're never going to do it, that's okay. That's okay. Some of you won't need to revise old experiences. Some of you won't. Some of you will just accept what I'm saying, that moment by moment, you're selecting the reality you want to be in, and you can just shed it. You can just shed it like, oh no, that's attached to an old reality that I'm not in anymore. This is who I am. Some of you can do that. And that's fucking amazing. And I choose to do that. But we do have our 3D moments, our 3D human moments where maybe something is bugging you and needling at you. And that's when we want to revise so we can make it easier for you to accept the new reality, which is your new state, for what it's worth. When we talk about shifting states and embodying states, it's shifting realities. That's what we're talking about. And I had the most random little, reality shift myself this morning. I know it's going to be corny. Don't get too excited. But I'm trying to like move things around in my closet. You know, I like decluttering and things like that. And I bought at the home store or at home, I bought one of those over the door things with the hooks. And I put it on there yesterday and my door would not close to my closet. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I looked around, I made sure there was nothing on either side of my door that would stop it from closing. It would not close. I had like that much of a gap in my door. So I moved it around on the door to see if that was a problem. Nope, door would not close. And I mean like so bad that I was afraid to keep pushing it because I could see it's going to start chipping the paint, right? So I was irritated because I had just bought it, right? And I wanted it to work. So this morning when I got up, I had a coaching call and I'm like, oh my God, it's chilly down here. I'm going to run up and get this shoe to throw on. I go up, I go in my closet, I put my shirt on, I walk out of the closet and I close my door and I stopped. And I turned around and I looked. That damn door closed with absolutely no damn problem. With no resistance. It wasn't I had to push it to close. It just closed with total ease. Boop. No struggle, no issue. Bitches, that was a reality shift. I'm now in the reality where I can close my closet door. I know, I told you it was going to be a little corny one, but damn it, it suddenly worked. It suddenly worked. And that's because it was a reality shift. And honestly, that is what a reality shift is. It's a subtlety. It's not like you feel this whoosh as you get to the new reality. It's just something different. Something different. As in like our girl Jamie, when she lost her wallet for months, checked all over her damn house, checked under her bed multiple times, and then just randomly it showed up under her bed where she had already checked several times. That's a reality shift. It just appeared. My door just closed. We are powerful and we have the ability to shift our reality moment by moment. And if something is holding you back from getting yourself into the state of having your desire, which is shifting your reality, then let's revise it. Do our Christmas challenge and revise that thing so we can detach from it, let that bitch go, and let it do the changes it needs to in our 3D so we can get our shit. Okay? And on that note,